All right, Daniel the Adjuster. I had a very sad opportunity to investigate a fire on December 23rd. This is not a good day for a fire, not for the people that live here, nor in the Christmas season. So let's take a look. It was a pretty bad one. Brand new house, only 6 months old. This is going to be definitely a subrogation issue, so let's take a look. All right, when we walk inside, first thing you're going to notice is the amount of soot that is on handrails and carpet. And you just look up, you'll see even just the landing there. You look up into the light fixture, you'll see all the water lines. So that's going to be something you're going to be watching for. Those lines up there is actually where the water was blown up into the attic, is where the fire started, and is now saturated all that drywall. So absolutely horrible mess that has to be completely gutted. All the drywall will have to be gutted. So we get to the top of the stairs and you can just start to see the enormous amount of soot that was on this fire. So you look up into the vents, just absolutely, and because the fire started in the HVAC unit, it was blowing smoke, significant amounts of smoke being blown and soot throughout this house. I mean, light fixtures, absolutely saturated, full of water. This is the return duct. You gotta remember, guys, this is a brand new house. All their possessions, totally covered. Carpet, absolutely saturated. A disaster. So I'll be looking in here to the, believe it or not, tile floor. You want to get a close up on the floor, see those lines. The metal edging right here will give way that it's tile. The carpet, you can just simply put your hands on it, put a squish down, it's soaking wet. So absolutely saturated. The floor is completely black. Countertops, hard to even tell that this was brand new. The amount of soot is insane. You'll go through each room. You're looking for the soot level because you want to know whether you're going to be able to clean this. That was actually soot and water completely filling that light fixture. So you'll come over to the vents also and see the enormous damage on these. In every room, all the baseboards, all the windowsills, just saturated with soot. Every belonging just covered in soot across the top of every possession. Okay, the source of the fire was up here in the attic. Actually burned through the roof. But let's take a look. Okay, here's our culprit. HVAC unit, smoldering wires. Definitely ground zero as far as where the damage occurred from. But look at here though, every piece of plywood, this had blown insulation in it. That all ignited. That's probably what contributed to the immense amount of soot. But all your ductwork, all your electrical, all your framing was damaged up in this area. So just, it's a total rebuild. You want to check out every bedroom. They, for some reason, took this light fixture down, and I guess probably it was saturated or had some kind of fire in it. But yeah, carpets, all the children's clothes and possessions, totally covered and damaged as well. We're not going to be handling the contents on these items. In a fire like this, they will bring in a specialty team to take care of the possessions because there's just too many of them. And it would be extremely inefficient for us to spend time working on those contents. Things would get left out. And just a lot of really nice baby clothes, baby shoes, baby toys, all destroyed. Here's a picture of obviously something that was over top, a blanket that was over top of the rug. And you can see the contrast between the amount of soot where it was covered and where it was not. So kind of crazy. So down on the main floor, one thing you want to check for is the amount of soot that might be in this area. And you just come quickly to the registers and you look at those. Because the HVAC unit was the source, there's an enormous indication of how much soot even came downstairs. The light fixtures were full of water. So we've got over here watermarks on the electrical outlets that showed us water was running in the walls and completely down the walls from the water upstairs. Your return, totally saturated. So even downstairs where the fire was not even close, you have an enormous amount of soot damage. So you walk in every room, another place to look. Here's another return. Your ceiling fans give a good indication of damage as well. You'll see a lot of soot on those, which show that, you know, the soot made its way. Master bedroom way back in the corner still. Ductwork covered. Closet. Just tons of soot blown all through the HVAC unit. The floor absolutely covered in soot. Okay, you're also going to be checking the outside of the house for damage as well. One thing I did notice is on the left side, up here at the eaves, that's where stuff was blowing out of the eaves. So you've got some siding damage, heat damage. You'll be looking for that. We know we have roof damage. They pulled the meter off the house, so we got no power. So that's going to be a pretty typical thing. All your screens are going to be damaged. So best thing to do is just walk around the perimeter and check, and then you also get up on the roof and check for that damage as well. But they did put a tarp on the roof, so we know that there was damage on that. So you just want to do a thorough perimeter check for any damages. Notice on the side of the house here, on the right side, all these stains. This is water, stained water that was coming out of the house when they were blowing water into the house for trying to put this fire out. So all that has been stained. More than likely, we could try cleaning it first, but a very good chance that that will have to be replaced. Okay, we did have a couple tarps on the roof and some melted areas there. So we're gonna get up there and check on that a little bit later. All right, kind of a crazy situation. It's pouring rain out here, but hey, I had to get on the roof and see what damages we had from the fire. So we got a couple sections where they have cut out to let some of the fire out. And we've got several tarps. One of the things that we have also is we have smoke damage that's come through many of the shingles. So it's really affected quite a bit of the shingles. Some of the fibers have actually been broken down on some of these shingles. And so we're gonna write for the full replacement of this roof because we want to bring it back to like new condition because it's a brand new house. So that's just something to think about when you're writing. You can justify it any way you want, just telling people, hey, this is a brand new house and we need to bring it back to like new condition based on the damages we found. So, yep, sometimes it's pouring rain. You got to get out here, do your thing, but it's part of taking care of the customer. Alrighty. So guys, terrible situation in this house for a fire on just a few days before Christmas. This is a terrible, terrible situation, but good news is there was no casualties. The people were actually at home and saw smoke blowing out of the ductwork and were able to get straight out and with no problems and no injuries, no smoke inhalation, nothing. So we are just very happy that there were no injuries, but terrible situation. But that's what we're here for as adjusters, is to help people get their houses back to normal in this terrible situation of damage. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the opportunity to show you some serious damage here on a fire on Christmas. Daniel the Adjuster, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.